Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If this is the very first time you've discovered it, yay, you're finally here. I'm so glad. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for your support. Anytime you like, subscribe, or even comment down below, it spreads magical YouTube fairy dust all over my channel and lets other people know about it. Because my goal is to save you time and money by pointing out the filmmaking quality and content so that you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a particular film. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called The Last Stop in Yuma County. This crime drama is now available in select theaters as well as on Amazon Prime Video and Fandango. And by the way, if you click in the description below, you'll find a coupon for a free trial on Amazon Prime. I love it. I actually get free shipping, free videos. I mean, what's not to like there? So definitely check that out. So this movie is rated R. It's an hour and 31 minutes. And my overall movie review mom grade is a B. So I'll tell you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like, tips for parents, themes worth talking about if you watch this with other people, interesting lines, funny lines, and we'll finish up with recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also really like if you like this one. Now, if you know anything about this movie, you know that the protagonist sells Japanese knives. And so my featured product today is actually a set of Japanese knives. I thought you might get a kick out of that, especially if you like this movie. So again, click in the description below for that link. It is an affiliate link, so it doesn't cost you any more, but Amazon gives me a few little pennies just for telling you about that product. All right, so in a nutshell, the story is about a traveling salesman who gets stranded at a rural Arizona rest stop. Two bank robbers show up and create a dire hostage situation where things get crazy. The morality lesson in the end is very clear. Already, the film has won Best Feature Length Film and Best Narrative Feature at two different film festivals. So, congratulations to Francis Galuppi, who makes his directorial debut. I think he's got a bright future. So, quick tips for parents. The movie is rated R and for good reason. There is profanity, including many F bombs. I think kids are going to be bored anyway, but there's violence with guns, knives, and hand to hand fighting. People die violent, brutal, bloody deaths. Some of the themes that are illustrated are greed, survival, honesty, and consequences. So there were a lot of things that obviously I really liked about this film. First of all, everyone in the cast did a terrific job, truly. And I didn't know many of the cast members, which include Jim Cummings, Jocelyn Donahue, Faison Love, Gene Jones, Robin Bartlett, Richard Brake, Nicholas Logan, and many more. I loved the one-shot camera scenes. I just really like that technique. I think the director did a really good job building tension. Now, the story moves very slowly, but the tension definitely builds until everything goes crazy. You can definitely feel the dust in your teeth as you watch this movie. The setting is mainly in one location in an old gas station next to a small diner in the middle of nowhere. The title is spoken by one of the characters, but amusingly is cut off when he says it. The main guy mentions that his daughter lives in Carlsbad, California, explaining that the seaside town has lots of flowers and beaches. Well, that caught my attention because I lived there for 6 years and absolutely loved it. I lived up on a hill. Whoops, I banged my microphone. Sorry about that. I lived up on a hill and could see the famous flower fields and the beaches from my house. It was just paradise. I absolutely love living there and would go back in a heartbeat, but life situation's not allowing it right now. But if you're thinking about moving to San Diego, it's the little town in the highest point of San Diego County. Just fantastic. Acts 1, back to the movie. Acts 1 and 2 move very slowly, but things pick up at a frenzied pace in Act 3. Keep listening during the final rolling credits to hear an advertisement for the Japanese knives that the protagonist was selling. I just think that that's such a nice, clever touch. I love directors who think of little tiny details like that. The soundtrack for the movie is actually pretty fun too. Now, there really were only three things I could think of that I didn't like about the film. First of all, I hadn't watched the trailer, so I had no idea it was going to be a bloodbath in the style of Quentin Tarantino at one point in one scene. Now, if you like that kind of movie, I think you're definitely going to get a kick out of this one. Now, fair warning, there are several scenes where it's just like guns flying and killing everybody and bloody and all that. But the majority of the movie is very slow and somewhat peaceful, like a somewhat peaceful protest. Not to get all political on you, but you know what I mean? It kind of slowly builds and then bam, 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 all these people die. And then the other thing is that there are just so many dumb people. All of the characters are really not very bright. And it's kind of frustrating to see that many dumb characters. I'm just saying. So whenever I watch movies, I write down funny lines and interesting lines just so I can share them with you so you get a taste for the dialogue and script writing quality. So I wrote down a couple of them. You can see my whole written review at moviereviewmom.com. So this first one was spoken by Gene Jones. And when I looked up the cast list, he doesn't have a character name next to his name, the actor's name. He's just kind of an old guy who wanders into this diner because all of the people in the diner are waiting for the gas truck to arrive because the gas station is dry. And so they're all stuck in this diner waiting so they can then move on to their final destinations. Anyway, so somebody says, there's a way out of here where nobody dies. And then he says, it sounds like a beautiful plan, but it's very unlikely. And I just thought that was kind of a funny line. And then there's a conversation between these two robbers, the bank robbers. And so Travis is the character who says, he ain't the smartest tool in the shed. And then Bo says, sharpest. And Travis says, what? And Bo says, he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, not smartest. Kind of reiterating the fact that none of these guys are the smartest tool in the shed or the sharpest. All right, so I didn't write down any interesting lines. Sadly, nothing really caught my attention. But let me give you recommendations for a couple of movies that I instantly thought of while I was watching this one. The first one is called Leroy, Texas. And I just recently did a review of that one. It came out not too long ago. So I will queue up that movie review so you can watch that one as soon as this one ends. And it has a lot of humor in it, which I really liked. It's a murder mystery, and there's some very quirky characters and a mystery that needs to be solved, and a lot less blood and gore and violence and that kind of stuff. Although there is a little tiny bit of that because it's a murder. And then another one that I thought of is called Vengeance. And I think that one came out a year ago, maybe two. I don't know. Time flies so much as I'm getting older. It's flying faster and faster. But anyway, I really liked that one. I also did a movie review of that one. And that one, again, is in a small town. Both of these are small towns and quirky characters, a murder, mystery, crime kind of drama. But Vengeance also had some really clever, biting humor that I thought was really good. So definitely check those two out if you like the vibe of this particular film. All right. Thank you so much for watching. When you get a minute, run over to Instagram. You can find me as Movie Review Mom, but also as Trina Boice, which is my author page or profile, where you can learn about my 31 books and when they go for sale for free on Amazon, as well as my online courses, my products, and my other shenanigans. And find me on our Movie Review Mom Facebook group. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.